at the core of it, sacred geometry, to my understanding, is geometry that can be found across our entire reality, right? So the idea behind sacred geometry are these geometries that are found in humans. It's the idea of perfect proportions. It is also linked toward things such as the Fibonacci sequence, right? So there's a whole lot in there. I definitely encourage you to check it out. I'll put some links in the description below where you can learn a bit more about sacred geometry. There was this idea where somebody was like, hey, in the world exists these geometries, these sequences, these things that hold reality together. And so, from all these shapes, images, and sequences, I decided to form my own. So I used GeoGebra, which is a software where you can download, and I'll link it in the description below. But I used GeoGebra to design this, and I should shout out Carson for this actually, because I wasn't into this whole Eastern spiritual science kind of thing. And he kind of introduced me to sacred geometry, and he was like, yo bro, check this out, right? So I checked it out, and he was doing some really cool stuff with it, like the flower of life. He used like a compass to draw it and stuff like that, but I wanted to use it technically. I wanted to use it as an algorithm that can allow me to, at the time I didn't know this, but in retrospect, I'm using it as an algorithm that would allow me to arrange large data sets, right? Automatically organizes, and shape of it will change depending on the data set that you give it. This current iteration of it is just the iteration that will become a symbol of the whole concept of it. Eventually, I call it the 186 algorithm, because there's one and there's the 6th level, and there can be a lot of levels in between. At Polyocracy, this is used to arrange the data that we will be working with. When I talk about a system that is a decentralized mobilization tool that will allow everybody to work together, across the world and across different things, there will be a lot of data that will be, working. So I built Polyocracy to be autonomous. I also built it so that it would exist far after I die. And so for such a system, it has to evolve. It has to be smart, and it has to be able to self-organize the amounts of data that it gets on its own. And that's the genius behind Polyocracy. It is both the symbol and all the ideas that I put into it. By the way, fun fact about 186, it was my number in boarding school when I was in Kenya. So that's what the 186 algorithm is. Why it's important is that it enables me to arrange data, large data sets. It enables me to build my own artificial intelligence.